What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to YGOPD, your user professional development, and today I have something really cool for you. This is Chimera Fiendsmith with a little bit of some extra things thrown in here. Apologies for the mismatched extra deck. I have a couple people borrowing some things and then vice versa to test. A few of my friends are at the Philly Regional today at the time of recording this, but this is one of the decks I'm considering for the Ohio Regional as more of a real pick outside of Exodia, but a lot of people are really encouraging me just to play that deck for the heck of it, so I might. But this deck just plays infinitely in the event you don't get drolled, right? So we're playing this deck in the event that droll is not real. So yeah, without further ado, I'll just go ahead and showcase this. This is a 45 card list. I really do love it. I'm a big fan of it. It's just been performing really, really well, and it just feels like you just play infinitely. So yeah, we'll go ahead and get started. 3 Nightmare Apprentice. This card is amazing. Finally picked this up. Got him. Shout out to my boy Alex for hooking me up there about with a really good deal on these. If you have not gotten these, I would get them. With the Azaminia stuff, I think there's some overlap with this in the next set in October in Rhoda. And these are fairly cheap right now, 25 bucks, not too bad. So it might be worth getting a set. Main starter without using a normal summon. 3 Codal, of course, getting you to your Sword Knight. 3 Gazelle, and then just 2 Sword Knight. I was on 3. I saw a lot of lists cut this down to 2 because of Nightmare Apprentice. I tried that ratio, and I've been okay with it. You don't want too many conflicting normal summons. Essentially, you have like 5, right? 3 Gazelle and 2 Sword Knight, and this kind of overlaps with Sword Knight a little bit more, so you just kind of want some variety. And then the rest of the Chimera engine is 2 Baphomet, the 1 Tau. Tau is still fine. It hasn't come up a ton for me, but I just feel like it's one of those things where if I do play this at a bigger event, I'm going to regret not keeping it in. So, and then lastly, 3 Chimera Fusion. So that's the Chimera engine. I think that's more or less pretty darn standard nowadays. It's been a long time since I've revisited this deck. We are on the Patchwork engine. So 3 Patchwork, and then this might be a little bit different. I'm on 3 Chain and 2 Poly. A lot of people, I think, do 2 and 2. We're really maxing out on a lot of different things with the Fiendsmith and Illusion Apprentice. I want the value off pitching this. Just having a game state where your first action is pitch, chain, summon, Illusion Apprentice, and chain block how you see fit. It feels like you kind of win the game. Like it's back when you would do like Mseti, pitch Enchantress, or pitch Angler. Shout out to my boy Grant. Those kinds of lines just feels really, really crazy. So that's been pretty much fine. And then the Fiendsmith engine, the 2 Engraver, and the 1 Lurie for the monsters. And then we are maxing on Track. This seems a little bit weird, but again, there are other Light Fiend targets we can search in the deck. Not really needed to do that. But the idea is just, again, another way to have a free discard for Chain is also really good to, just get plays rolling. And it's just, again, a starter that gets you into your Chimera plays through dumping something with, say, Aerial Eater, and then bringing it back with like a card like Muckracker, and then being able to go from there. So just still a really powerful card that you want to abuse. And then a couple odds and ends here. I am doing the Evil Hero stuff. Shout out to my boy Julius for letting me borrow these. I'm not on Dark Fusion. I personally don't like the Dark Fusion, but these two I wasn't playing at first, and now I'm just a really big fan of. Just, again, another way to have different things that you can use through Chimera Fusion, whatever, dump this, special this from deck, and then go full Fiendsmith combo is really, really powerful. Just, again, a ton of ways to play and push through without using your normal summon, just a bunch of ways to bait stuff. These cards are really good. And then we're also on the Unchained package, 1 Sharvara, 1 Unchained Escape, not the Reborn, but the Pop. I like this a little bit more in this build because you can do that. You can end on it. You don't have to worry about having enough bodies. And this is just really solid. There's a lot of times where if you get double hand trapped, this build in particular, as you can tell, plays a lot of Fiends or ways to get to Fiends, both through the main and the extra deck. And sometimes just a pop, and then is 1 Interrupt, Rage linking away something as 2, SP banishing as 3, and then SP banishing again as 4 can just be good enough. So that's still always a really good backup plan through a couple hand traps, hence why obviously Yubel is always still really strong right now too. And then the non-engine, we got 10 slots left. Again, 45 card list. We are not on hand traps. We are on the breakers now. I just like that for this build in particular. The name of the game is just playing, just dodging stuff. Going first, you can tell there's a lot of ways we have to push through things, and I wanted the non-engine to match that theme if we do end up going second or first. So 3 Droplet, obviously sending stuff away to dodge targeting, interruption, and negations like Imperm, Veiler, Mourner, all that kind of stuff. And then 3 talents, again, just pushing through generically. 3 Book of Eclipse. This card has slowly peeked its way back into the format as a side card and a little bit of a main card for decks like Branded. Again, I also like this same thing. Imperm Baylor, you chain this, flip your guy down, you still get your search. And then lastly, 1 Called by the Grave. So this list has been really clean. It's just my problem is my learning curve is so slow with this deck. It's very powerful and there's so many things you can do. I just don't think I've learned it well enough yet, and I'm still exploring it. And that's kind of where this leads me to the extra deck. Another reason why all this is kind of all over the place is I've been testing a lot of different slots as well. And this is where I'm at for now. I just kind of wish there were bigger things you could do both in terms of links and fusions. Like I just want more slots. So because there's just like you just play infinitely, but sometimes you only have 1 or 2 like major pieces, and if those go away or you're forced to use those, I kind of want something else, more boss monsters basically. But I'll show you kind of where I've landed for now. 1 Guardian Chimera, 1 of the Illusion Beast. This is your OTK piece. And then 1 of each of the fusions for the Chimera Kings and the Mythical Beasts. Foolish Burial, Hand Rip, we know all these too well. And then 1 Magnum Reliever. This is a flex spot. This could be Cross Sheep. This could be whatever. Technically, for me, it was Desire for the Fiendsmith engine, but my boy Grant is borrowing my Desire right now, so I just wanted something else in here to test, and I hadn't had a chance to test this yet, so it's been fine, but I still think Desire is going to be better. For the Fiendsmith engine, of course, 1 Sequence, 1 Necro Equip, 1 Aerial Eater. This is insane. This card is so good. I think that's another thing, right? Any deck that can abuse the Fiendsmith engine well post-list is going to be a very top contender, and I think this deck is quite overlooked. Yubel being 1, and I think this being close second, right? And then, of course, the last one is 1 Requiem for the Unchained stuff, 1 Yama, 1 Rage, and then 1 Little Knight, of course, to go in with Rage. And then the last couple odds and ends here, 1 Muckracker as part of the Dump and Reborn, whether it's Baphomet or whatever you're getting right through the Fiendsmith plays or your Chimera Dump. And then 1 Caesar and just 1 Chaos Angel. This has come up a little bit. I've been siding Bestials and different things like that. Your main fusions are level 6s that you're going into, so it's fairly easy to get out. So yeah, that's the main and the extra deck 45 card list of Chimera Fiendsmith. Let me know what you guys think. If I can learn this really, really well, I want to play this for at least Ohio or Kentucky, be at both of those events. But otherwise, it might be Exodia just for the heck of it. So yeah, see you guys in the next one. Later.